Mike Restore Part 6. The next thing I'm going to do is repack the bearings. I've already got this wheel all cleaned up. It's all shined up and ready to go. First thing I do is I get the axle, put it right through the hub. The hub is this thing in the center of the wheel. Just kind of turn it. There's a nut here on the other side that you need to hold so the bolt can go through. Probably easier if you take a screwdriver or something, stick it through here and kind of hold the nut. That way you go through quicker. See that? Just about got it here. Okay, you want to make sure each side is the same length. You don't want one side too long or too short, so just kind of eyeball it. It's pretty good right there. Okay, got my bolt in place. Next thing I do is I put the grease in the hub. Just kind of stick it on there. Try to use as much as you can. Then I take the bearing. Like I told you earlier in the earlier segment, it's a cage bearing. Just kind of put grease on the bearing. And stick the bearing in the hub. Next thing you do is you take the cone. It's kind of a nut that holds the bearings in place. Kind of twist it on there. Kind of takes a little time, but you know, sometimes things take time. Okay. Okay, now I got my cone in place. Take a look at the bolt again, see if they're even on each side. This side's kind of long, so I'm going to twist that cone out and spin this axle a little bit. That should be good right there. Alrighty. And next thing I do is I take this, it's another nut that goes over the cone. Just kind of twist it in there too. Let your fingers do the walking. Okay, that's secure. Then on the other side, I take a kind of a spacer, about 3/4 inch, slide it in through the axle, and you take the other nut and put it in. Okay, everything's secure. Then what I usually do is I kind of give it a spin, see if it's not too tight. If it is, I got to loosen up the nuts on here. Feels pretty good. Or I just take the axle and kind of move it up and down, see how much play I got. Actually looks pretty good right here. Okay, the next thing I do is take my spanner, it's kind of a thin wrench, it's a 15 millimeter. What I do is I put it inside of the hub here, and I take my wrench and I put it on top of this nut, and I just kind of loosen up this cone to tighten it. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but when you tighten something, sometimes you got to back it off when you got a nut in front of it. Okay, I just kind of turn it, see how loose it is. Looks pretty good. Okay, that's done. Well, let's conclude part 6 of Mountain Bike Restore. I'll give with you part 7, and we'll go from there. Talk to you later. Have a good one.